Well, Janet Hussein, good to be back again. I must say, however, that for today, some of the trends were trending both on mainstream media and social media as well. Starting with one which Hussein has just come from discussing, hashtag Justice to Noi. That's been a big talking point. Now, these are some of the stats that our team was able to pick out, and I believe there's more. It's just that not everyone uses that particular hashtag. The reach in terms of people who interacted with this hashtag, 26,056. Users who actually posted something about it, 24 users, and in total, the number of posts, 33. However, I think there's been more to this. It's been a big talking point, not just in Kenya, but also in the United States as well. That's some statistics compiled by Sydney Aburi. Let's take a look at what people were actually saying in regards to this hashtag. The first one coming in from the Mickey is Oni. Wow, if this Justice to Noi thing is true, I'm on the verge of giving up on this country. I won't, but right now I'm definitely on the ledge. Many asking questions about that. Of course, it's still alleged corruption allegations. We need to set that clearly. Charles Mwabili saying, saga badly dents Supreme Court image. We all know it's not a one-man bench, so if proven true, of course it doesn't look good on the Supreme Court. Again, allegations, but Kenyans on Twitter are going to vent their frustration. Another one posing an interesting question. 200 million in any currency is too bulky to be handled in the said manner that the transfer happened. I want to get your thoughts on this. Janet Hussein, 200 million or $2 million. Could you, how many briefcases would you be looking at?
You really want us to make that comment now? Really?
You want to avoid that for now? Okay.
Maybe after.
That might be a type.
Okay, you're betraying that you've never handled that 1 million, maybe you say? Okay, no. I'll keep quiet. Let's carry on. And one last tweet in regards to that. Agatas Matthew says, if you have never engaged in corruption or bribery, be the first to throw a stone in this corruption allegation. Interesting point, but of course, moral high ground should be the answer to that. And so we carry on now. Free Yasin Juma, also a big talking point. Yasin Juma, former journalist, NTV journalist and blogger who was detained because of some pictures regarding an attack in Somalia posted on his blog and social media post. This one was big, Hussein and Janet. 3.7 million people interacted. Of course, not 3.7 million people, but rather maybe some came back again, constantly looking at that hashtag. That's how you have that big number. 414 users, 702 posts. Let's take a look at where it was trending actually around the world, in the USA, in Kenya, in Saudi Arabia, and some statistics we couldn't show you. Somalia as well had a bit of presence on this particular hashtag as well. Let's take a look at what Kenyans on Twitter were saying. Abubakar saying, it's not a crime to tell a story. Yasin Juma is among the few journalists who tell it as it is. Hashtag free Yasin Juma. Let's take a look at what others had said. Different views in regards to this. One gave a quote from Walter Lippmann. A free press is not a privilege, but an organic necessity in a great society. Defending Yasin Juma there. But someone had a different opinion. Katie saying patriotism first. Kenyans should be responsible in their reporting and blogging. Creating hashtags for suspects will not help. And finally, this is an interesting one from Dennis Itumbi, PSU. He proposing that a bloggers association be put up to defend bloggers when they are taken to court. And an interesting note on the same, 10 bloggers are expected in court tomorrow, including Robert Alai, to answer different cases. So for Dennis Itumbi, he believes that number one, bloggers should have a voice. And number two, an association should be formed to defend them when matters like this happen. Interesting points coming from him because he works in government. And those were some of his opinions. We move on now to other lighter stories. Kenyatta University trending as well. They were trending because of a rather interesting affair. It's their gate. Kenyans on Twitter went on to speculate about their gate, how much it cost. 578,000 people, 293 users actually engaging in this, 500 posts. Let's take a look at where this was trending before I actually show you the picture of the gate. Kenya and USA primarily contributing to this. Let's take a look at that gate up next because it caused quite a hullabaloo, trending at actually number one. So there it is.
Look at that.
Someone there saying, isn't this beautiful? Social media, you cannot regulate what they talk about. If they want to talk about a gate, they'll talk about it and make it a big deal. Let's take a look at what somebody else had to say on the matter, wondering what the big deal is all about. Why would a gate make a university trend? And we should be having that coming up shortly. If not, I can actually read that to you. Oh, there we go. Someone saying Kenyatta University is trending because of a gate. What would happen if they discovered a cure, like a cure to HIV/AIDS?
And officially, how much did that cost, Wahiga?
Well, Kenyans on Twitter are saying 30 million. I've called a KU rep. They say that is not the actual cost, but they did not tell me what the real cost is. So again, interesting question, Hussein. Speculation, but Kenyans on Twitter will make speculation trend. For a public university, Kenyatta University has really tried in terms of raising the bar and standards of learning, so that's a positive note to KU, away from the gate matter. And finally, President Obama, sitting US president, visited KU. Talk when the area MCA visits your learning institution. That was a challenge to anyone who, wrote bad things about KU because of the whole discussion about the gate.
Right.
Let's talk about something that many have been talking about.
Yeah,
in the
this
office.
is what Janet is sad about and you're happy about. We just say that
and Kamau in our studios.
Yes, many
just
are asking
asked me
about
how much a ticket to Eritrea is.
I don't believe you're happy about this. Yes,
let's talk about Eritrea and first explain to our viewer why it's trending.
Okay, let's start with that.
First of all, an unsubstantiated post that the government of Eritrea has issued a directive, either marry more than one wife or be imprisoned. Now, it's a fake post. Nobody can verify it.
Yeah.
But Kenyans on Twitter went online to express their feelings about the same. And I want to skip straight to some of the thoughts and pictures that have been, it's been trending for 2 days straight, bigger than some of the other trends we've been talking about. Andrew Gikonyo is asking, where is the Eritrean embassy? And how fast can they process visas? I hope his wife or girlfriend isn't watching. This is an Eritrean saying the collective IQ of Kenyan men on Twitter seems to have dropped by half as they cackle about absurd polygamy news that are made up. So it's not true. For those of you who are trying to get a visa, it's a rumor. Let's go into the pictures, because the pictures have been doing rounds on WhatsApp. This is the purported embassy of Eritrea. And many, including some here at Citizen, have been lining up the whole day. I'm told I have no proof. On the same, we carry on. Lots and lots of other pictures that have been taken. This is another one. To Eritrea with love. And Kenyans, to use the phrase, wamedandia, and they are headed. I can see that. Unbelievable. There were so many. Here's another one. Marry to or jail term. Pick.
As if, right?
Pick what is your worst punishment there. Marry to or go to jail. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's go on. I must say there were many. I only picked a few. And someone has taken the time to draw the journey from here to Eritrea. Should you choose to go, print
That's
that map
disturbing.
and begin the safari. Now, from Eritrea, we cross over to Tanzania.
Yeah.
His Excellency President John Pombe Magufuli has done something that has surprised Kenyans on Twitter. You know that he's been doing many things in terms of his austerity measures that have shocked Kenya and the world. But this one stood out. Let's take a look.
Mimi nimezoea ya kienyeji. Nasikia. Mimi nimezoea ya kienyeji.
Wow, Hussein and
Janet can do.
You know, Hussein, be nice.
All African ladies can do that. Janet can do that.
All African ladies can do that.
Yeah.
That's not sexist at all, Hussein.
No. Oh, come on. You can't accuse me of that.
You started it. Anyway, Wahiga, please play Big Brother in this situation.
Hussein,
move on.
Hussein behave, but I must say that on behalf, his PR team is doing quite a great job. Great job in putting that out. He went to visit a sewing lady and he told her, you know what, let me give this a shot. And when he did, he told her, I'm more old school in how we do this, but I can still do that quite a bit. Very quickly, I'm told our time is almost up. The word trending has become a byword for all journalists. Every story you're talking about, it's trending, it's not trending, and so forth. But what does trending actually mean? We asked a cross-section of Kenyans in different counties, and these were some of their thoughts.
By trending, okay. I understand trending like it's something that is coming up, like something that is new that is happening in Kenya.
Trade is a business.
Trend ni kitu ambacho kinajiri, labda ambacho kimechukua mwenendo ama kinarudiwa.
I think something that ambao imeshtua watu nchini.
Mimi wasi trend sana.
And also we had this thing about the grass of Kidero. It all trend.
I think ni kupisha vitu katika jamii trending and also selling things through net.
Maybe nipewa ka clue ama ka link tunajue nasema nini. Kuna haja niseme kitu sijui. That's what I can know. Hiyo ndio kitu naweza sema. Kwa hivyo sasa hii sisi your trend.
Right. Hussein, what is trending? What does that word mean?
I think everybody there said it.
Someone said it's a business.
In all their ways, they made sense about it.
Including the one who said it's a business.
Yeah.
Okay, finally, last picture. Valentine's Day coming up. And for those of you who don't have a date, a South African man has an offer for you. He says, rent me for Valentine's Day. I offer different packages. Depending on the exchange rate, he has the RAND, friend zone, dating, dinner with your parents. So he can actually attend dinner with your parents if you need to impress your parents. Love birds, and we are dating as well.
Well, he gets a little early for Valentine's.
Well, he's already spreading that out.
You know why?
Oh, okay. I know why.
It's because
he's a newlywed.
He's a newlywed.
Aww,
he can't think of anything else.
That is so sweet.
Okay, that's not how this
Newlywed is also thinking of going to Eritrea. He's going to have problems tonight. But thank you. Let me leave you to deal with your problems.
Bye-bye.
Tonight. Bye-bye. Thank you. We'll join you again next week, God willing. Same time, same place. Text what you've been saying on double 2. There's nothing rough about that.
Well, we'll read the text first and then finish with the tweets.
Yeah.
I think.
Whichever you decide, John.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody says, Fred from Nairobi, who's saying someone cannot bribe one Supreme Court judge with such an astronomical amount of money, yet they don't make rulings in solitude. One would have to bribe all the 7 judges. This is a smear campaign against Sunoi, and a totally exaggerated amount. Then Omolo Jarareng says, there are so many underhand dealings within the judiciary. Justice Sunoi's case is just one of the many. As usual, it will be dismissed for lack of tangible evidence. Let's move on to the next item on the agenda. God bless Kenya.
Okay, let's take a look at what was said on Twitter on the same. Let's bring those up for you right now. Brian Lisaka says, the latest corruption allegations cast doubt on the impartiality of autonomous institutions, more so judiciary. And then we have Joseph Muigai say, the country's image continues to suffer from these graft allegations, the judiciary of all places. Hilary Maina, the allegations, whether true or untrue, have already damaged the face of the judiciary. And finally, George Ogembo says, what about the other judges who sat in Kidero's election petition? Shouldn't they also be investigated? Well, like was said earlier, Kenyans waiting with bated breath.
Yeah, of course.
To hear.
And what will happen tomorrow?
Yeah.
When that report will be tabled before the Judicial Service Commission. Thank you for your comments and for watching The Big Question. I'm Hussein Mohammed. Have a good night.
I'm Janet Bogwandisha. Good night.